was as tough a game as we expected. Obviously, you could see in the first 20 minutes that Ireland had a clear week to prepare for the game. We're still suffering from circumstances beyond our control. That took us a little bit of time to get a foothold in the game, and unfortunately by that time we'd conceded from a set play, which plays into Ireland's strengths because they've got good pace up front and they're a good counter-attacking team. I thought towards the end of the first half we had better control of the game, and I said to the boys at half-time just to stay patient, keep working the ball into good areas, and eventually we did that. Jack broke well for the back, we got in a nice position wide, good quality cross, and 1-1 was a much better place to be.
Could you detect a sense in the dressing room at half-time that the players were keen to change, and did you actually say to them you need to do something just a little bit quicker? Because the pace of the second half was much faster. No, you have to understand football. You have to understand that I knew eventually the game would come back to us. I was hopeful it wouldn't be 1-0 down. But the half-time was good just to have a little reset, just to calm the boys down, because you don't want them to get too frantic. You don't want them to start putting the ball from deep areas into the box, because Ireland have got three big lads in there. We've only got Lyndon, so we didn't want to do that. We wanted to keep developing the game, and eventually we got the 1-1, and then the penalty was right. I know everyone will argue their own case, but if you jump for the ball like that with your hands in front, stops the ball going goalwards, was a penalty, and good composure from Ryan. You told us yesterday that all you had achieved so far in the group was you wouldn't be relegated. What can you achieve, and what now do you tell the players about Tuesday night in Poland? I always felt it was important that we went to Poland, obviously to play Ukraine in Poland. Another consequence of the circumstances we find ourselves in, which is unfortunate for Ukraine, and we have to recognise that. I always felt that it was better for us to go there knowing that a draw or a win was enough, because the flip side of that is Ukraine now know that they have to win that game, so that can change their mindset a little bit, their mentality a little bit. Does it change your mentality at all? No, we play every game to try and win, so we set up. We'll go away from here, we've got a lot of knocks, niggles, you can imagine, 2 games, 2 really tough, really frantic, really quick games, where we risked a lot in both games. We have 1 or 2 knocks and niggles and concerns, but we'll deal with that over the next 24 hours. Yeah, just on those injuries tonight, Hickey and Tierney, do you expect him? Both precautionary. Kieran was precautionary first half, got a knock. Doctor decided to take him off. Aaron Hickey was also precautionary. Felt his hamstring a little bit tight. Nothing to worry about, I don't think. Just the consequence of being asked to play 2 games in such a short space of time, which no other country had to do, only ourselves in Ukraine. And finally, from me, a quick word about Craig Gordon, playing today after becoming a dad again very early this morning. Very early this morning, so he didn't get much sleep last night. I believe he's got a lovely baby boy, over 9 pounds, which is a big baby boy. And Craig did what he did, what he always does. He had to make 1 big save in the game. He put the onus onto the striker, and Craig made the save like he normally does.
Just on Kieran, Steve, what did he actually do? Because it seemed like he wanted to play on, but obviously the medical staff have made the decision.
It's just precautionary. So we just move on. I let the medics deal with all that.
What was the nature of the injury, though? What did he injure?
He just got a knock on the head, and they took him off precautionary. It's better to be safe, eh? And obviously the fact that Kieran hasn't played full 90 minutes. I had Greg Taylor ready to come on. I actually considered starting Greg, if I'm being honest, because Kieran's still playing catch up on minutes. So it was just that decision.
It's precautionary, it's not a
It's precautionary. How many times do I have to say it's precautionary?
I don't want to labour the postman.
So it's precautionary.
Concussion protocol.
So let's move on. The doctor deals with those issues.
No, fair enough.
Not me. I'm the head coach. If you go into the dressing room, there's all stuff up in the booth. Doctor makes the decision, not the head coach. Scots suspended. Obviously disappointing with something so late in the game, but We've got plenty of midfield players. We've got good cover in there. If it has to be Ryan, Jack, Kenny McLean, we've got good bodies to go into the midfield. So it's a blow to lose Scott because he's good for us, but great chance for someone else to play in a fantastic game.
Steve, 50th cap for John McGinn tonight. Can we just have a word on how proud you are for John McGinn?
Yeah, I think I spoke about John enough before the game. He just does what he does. He's good for us. He's good for the team. The crowd connect with him, which is great. I think the crowd connect with the whole squad, the team. The crowd are buying into what we're trying to do. 50 caps is a great milestone, but John doesn't want to stop there. He wants to get more.
Big chance now to top the group and be promoted to League A. What would it mean for you and your team to be promoted?
Well, at this moment in time, I'm probably thinking more about what my issues are leading into the game rather than thinking too much about the consequences. We know we have to get a point. We know we have to go to a difficult place. We have to play very well. And if we do that, we get the first place in the group, and then we can talk about the rewards of being first. We've already got more points in this Nations League campaign than we got in the last one, so we're still improving.
Steve, I just checked the kind of chronology of what happened with Craig. Did he go away for a few hours early morning and then come back? It must have been a pretty manic time for him.
I don't know, I was sleeping.
But was he away? I mean, did he leave the camp?
He was with his wife when she gave birth, of course. He came back this morning. He came back mid-morning. Asked if he could be excused the lunchtime meeting. Went to his bed, had a kip, played the game. And now he's going back to the hotel to have some food. His wife's staying overnight in hospital, and then he'll go and see her later on. Wife and baby both doing great, so that's the best news.
I think, we kind of run out of words to describe his performances are so good, but I mean, there's not many people.
You're not going to run out of words, are you?
I won't, no, I hope not. But I mean, that, even going through that, and he kind of shrugs it off and pulls off a great save from Parrott. I mean, it's testament to his professionalism and character, isn't it?
That's what he is. You can't speak highly enough of Craig. What he does for the team is so important. What he does for his country is so important. He's getting older, but he shows no sign of going backwards. He just wants to keep improving. He wants to keep doing well. He wants to be part of this successful group of players, which is great. And for me as a head coach, is a pleasure to be his head coach.
Any more questions?
Oh, good. Thanks very much.
Thanks, everyone.
Safe journey home.